Hey guys, this is Allison with Ethereal Odyssey. Today I wanted to talk about how I came out. If you hear thunder rumbling, is because there's literally about to be a storm, but I'm trying to get this out as quickly as possible. Yeah, so let's just get started. So about a week ago, I had went to a holistic healing seminar with my friend Stephanie. And it was basically like a seminar about how your body has the ability to heal itself given being able to tap into its own natural energy sources. And that's like a whole nother video we can talk about, but I really liked the seminar. It was great. It was the same people who had done the SRI training I talked about a few videos ago. But yeah, it was great and informative. And at the beginning of the training, we had all, sat around the circle. It's probably like 15 of us max. It was a pretty intimate group, but it was also like enough people where, I'd be intimidated to say anything too personal, right? So one of the icebreakers that we had done was go around and say our names and what we love to do. So I was about halfway through the circle, and I was like, okay, I can do this. What do I want to say? And of course, my first instinct is, I love to read tarot cards. But I was also super nervous about like, oh my gosh, what are these people gonna think? I was really reluctant about it, really nervous. And then the time came closer and closer and closer, and it was finally my turn. And, I said, hi, my name is Allison, and I love to, and I completely froze, guys. I totally froze. Luckily, my friend Stephanie was sitting next to me, and she's like, she leaned in, and whispered, she's like, it's okay, like, you can say cards. And I was like, you're right. I was like, my name is Allison, and I like to read tarot cards. I didn't even say love at first, just because I was still really nervous about it. And, once I, said I like to read tarot cards, everybody around the room was like, oh my gosh, that's so fascinating. How neat. And I was like, okay, yeah. And I was like, you're right. Like, I love to read tarot cards. And then when I finally said it, it felt like a real affirming, like positive thing. Like I had said it, and now it's out there, and now it's real. And it was really exciting, finally being able to speak my truth, like, fully, and not just, like, one-on-one with people, on this sort of platform that was open, and not like a platform like YouTube or Instagram where you have this almost, this screen to protect you from criticism and whatnot. So that went really well, and I was really stoked about it. And Stephanie and I had gone to that event together, and we were, on our way home, traveling back, and she was like, I thanked her so much for, giving me that. I totally needed that extra little push. And she was like, I know, girl, like, it's okay, but like, you gotta, speak your truth. And I can't remember the exact words she used, but it was something along the lines of, how are people going to know that you read tarot cards unless you tell them? And she's totally right. I have been relying on people to, find me, and through all my forms of social media, and not at all on Facebook, really. And, that's why I've just been, like, terrified. Just, I have a lot of conservative friends still on Facebook. A lot of people who I grew up with, when I was still going to a Christian church, and I just didn't know what people's reactions were going to be. So I just, like, kept it away from Facebook for as long as I could until, what Stephanie had said about, putting yourself out there and how are people going to know, really just kept sticking with me. So a few days later, so I think this was about Friday morning, I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm just going to do it. So I put up a picture, like, of myself in red lipstick, like a picture that I thought I felt the most beautiful and powerful and even like magical. Like I was wearing my favorite little black cardigan with the rose patches. I think I wore it in the last video. And I just said it. I was like, you know, I'm gonna advocate for myself really quickly. I am a intuitive tarot reader. I love tarot cards, and I use them as a tool to expand my own spirituality, and it's a way to, you know, get in touch with, you know, the best person you can possibly be in this lifetime. And I tried to explain it as easily and, you know, to the point as I could, and, you know, said, you know, this is where you can find me on my Etsy page, which I can post that link here also. Or, you know, said that you can direct message me, and if you live locally, we can meet up for a reading. And just thanking all the people for their undying strength and courage to help, you know, propel this part of me, right? So I hit send, or, you know, confirm, okay, post, whatever. And then I just kind of sat and waited. Goodness, there's like a really obnoxious truck going by. Anyways, so I was almost like waiting for the like the hate comments, or the, like, you know, the scripture of whatever could be related to, you know, witchcraft or whatever. I was waiting for it, honestly, for at least a few hours, but nothing like that even happens, you know. I was all this worry and fret for nothing. Nothing but, like, you know, likes and hearts started pouring in, and so many lovely comments like, oh my gosh, I had no idea. And this was even like a family friend I'd known, you know, my whole life. She was totally all about it, you know, wanted to know more. And it just felt so good knowing that I had all these people to back me up. Like, I guess I feel bad because I had such a little faith in my Facebook friends. But just knowing that all of those people out there were, you know, immediately supporting me in this journey, just felt so, it just felt so, like, sublime, you know. I just don't even know how to explain how great it feels knowing that people know. And when I say people know, I mean, like, people that I'm directly in contact with on a day-to-day basis, you know, at my work, you know, people that me and my boyfriend go hang out with on the weekends, my family, my friends, and not just, you know, my YouTube friends, or not just my Instagram friends. It's out there. It's like out there locally now. And it feels like really good. It's almost like a weight is off my chest, right? So yeah, I had written some notes, trying to think, because I was going to talk about something else too. Yeah, just taking the giant leap of faith of not knowing how people were going to respond, but also still stepping into my own truth and living my truth was super powerful. And I know that for some people who are still struggling with, you know, their self-identity and, you know, where they are at spiritually, or, you know, with tarot, or anything like that, there's going to be, like, fear. Of course, there's going to be fear, just like in everything. But once you really get behind it and reinforce where you want to go with your spirituality, you know, and not just, you know, say, oh, I want to do this to make all this money. Like, no, you gotta, like, if you really love it, like, in your heart, and it feels right, then just go for it. Take that leap of faith. I did it, and you can do it. I know that there's going to be, like, a few people who will say, well, that's not that easy. I live in some kind of, you know, rural community where I'll be, you know, like, lynched or, you know, burned to the stake or something like that, you know. And I know that's like a very real possibility. What happened to me is like one of the best cases scenario, right? But also use it as a jumping off point, just to even explore where you want to be spiritually. Even if you're not ready to come out yet, just try to explore things on your own, you know. You don't have to, you know, get all this kind of, you know, validation from anybody else except for yourself. Do what feels right, you know. I'm not trying to tell you to become a tarot reader or to become a pagan or to become a witch or anything like that. I'm just telling you to live authentically and what feels right for you. Because once you do, it's going to feel so amazing. Yeah. Thanks again for watching. Also want to do a quick little shout out to my girl, Palm Tree Witchery, who had recently tagged me in a, you know, what's worth watching video. I totally appreciate that. Like, as soon as I got the, you know, like, message from another girl who was tagged in the video, I want to say it's Emilia. I'm totally blanking on your last name. I'm so sorry. I'll tag your video. I promise. As soon as she messaged me like, hey girl, have you seen this yet? And I'm like, nah, like, let me check it out though. I was like, oh my gosh, like, people care. I want to thank all my fans. Seriously, you guys are the best. I totally appreciate, like, all of the love and support. It really means a lot. Life can get really hard, but knowing that there isn't this entire community to back you up just really makes it so much easier to live in your truth and speak authentically about yourself. Thanks again for watching. Yeah. I feel like there's other things I was going to mention, but I'll just make another video if I can think of them. Thanks again. Happy full moon and have a great day, guys.